man. You see where I'm at, man. Right here, man, man. It's your boy B. Scott the Mogul, man. Ready to chop it up with my man. CEO, Big Money Talks, my man. Hey, man, and my boy G Fields, man. AMS Enterprises, man. CEO Talk, man. We talking real business, real money with some real G's. Let's do it right here at Millionaires Moguls TV. Let's go.
Moguls, the machine.
It's the Mogul with the Mogul. Making mogul money right here at Millionaires Moguls TV. Holla at me.
We out here, man. Show me why I mogul, man. Bigger world regime, you know, in the building. AMS, you know it's going down a major way, man. I'm in the A-Town with it. Come with it to get left behind, baby.
You're tuned in to the Bridges Hip Hop CEO Talk with Alvin Mays. And my guest today is the one and only Mr. B. Scott.
My man.
Mogul, the Mogul B. Scott.
My man.
Man, I appreciate you coming through today.
Man, it's 1,000, man. You know how long I've been waiting for this to happen?
Hey, man, listen, hey, man, we can't never go against God plan, my brother.
Can't do that.
B. Scott, man, we in 2023, man.
I got 3 ingredients. I'm gonna start this off.
Go give it to me.
Right place, right time, right money.
That's it, bro. And what happens with that?
Everything after that, man. You line things up, what you're supposed to be doing versus what you want to do, let me tell you, things will fall into place. Like this conversation we having right here.
Watch how it falls into place.
God did.
And it's a symbol of that bridge is actually the Brooklyn Bridge. And, just basically showing love to the East Coast of where, hip hop originated and derived from. And then now it's a international language that we all sharing with each other.
Right.
It's a question I like to ask my guests, man, when they come. Where did you find your love for hip hop?
Oh man, in the projects, brother.
In the projects,
man. I was looking at something on YouTube the other day. Matter of fact, kind of just tapping what you're saying. I was watching the clip of 1980 something of, and back then, let me tell you, it was hood to hood, place to place. I don't care if it was on East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. The ghetto was the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So that's always in me. That's always driven me. That's always, when I first heard hip hop, I said, man, this is something I can identify with.
Yeah.
I couldn't identify with, a lot of stuff I saw outside of my 4 blocks. Grew up in Hallville, USA. Let me give a shout out to Hallville. Hallville, USA. Hallville in Indianapolis, Naptown.
Yeah.
Y'all just went there with a big tour, right? Yeah. Salute on the tour, man. Hey, mister. Book us now. Book us now. Anyway, it's something, man, that really I connected with quickly because I saw what you said. It's a bridge. Take you somewhere, right? Now, I'm an ex-athlete, football player. So 2 things I saw.
Pause. Good day.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
2 things I saw about hip hop and football, right? Sports. It was nothing but a vehicle. It was something I can jump in and take me somewhere else. You feel me? Hip hop was something, I was a breaker, right? I was a breaker. My brother was a rapper. I was like his backup. So from that, he would get out there, man, do his rhymes, and I would come out with bam, 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 break that thing down, man. And
you was pop locking.
Oh, bro, I was killing it.
You was dragging.
I was killing it. Almost Shabba-Doo in the skit.
Yeah.
Bro, I was killing it. And man, to make the short story short, I saw something that I could be a part of. So I connected real early. So when I came fast forward 20 years and landed in Atlanta, right? Start promoting artists, start promoting clubs, start promoting in the street, in the grind of it. Just seeing what it's becoming. Now standing back, watching 20-some years later, man, seeing the multimillionaires that's created, giving people miracles, giving people vehicles and change people's lives. That's really what it's all about, right? A lot of people get in the game. And when I talk about the game, I'm talking about the game of life. There's street game, there's corporate game, there's a lot of games you can get into, and a lot of people identify because it's all wrapped up in hustle.
Yeah.
Hip hop is hustle.
Yeah.
You talk about a bridge, how do you get somewhere that you don't have direction. Look at hip hop, man. It didn't have direction. It had energy. It had an energy that spread worldwide. Right now, it's a billion dollar industry that I believe. Here's what I'm gonna land on today. We haven't tapped into it. We haven't tapped into it because two things are missing: technology and technology companies.
So speaking on tech, I was looking at your discography and I saw that you actually, dib and dab in a little tech. You want to tell us about that?
Oh man, Scott Technologies. Let me tell you, I was one of the innovators, the OGs, I'm gonna say, of internet here in Georgia.
Okay.
Man, yeah, I've been really fortunate and blessed to be in a lot of, like I said, the right rooms, the right conversations at the right time to make the right money. So it was a thing that came to Georgia. They was bringing internet to Georgia. Company I retired from in Bell South, over here. But I was there, man, and I got in this fast track of this new technology called the net. So fast track from that. Learned everything they did, everything how they do it, how they set it up, how it worked, how it didn't work. Now I'm doing that for myself.
Gotcha.
And now taking it to the next level with applications. If you don't have all these cameras, if you don't have
one, get every angle,
every angle, baby. If you don't have an app right now in the app store, you out of business. You out of business. Forget a website. Forget a website. Reason why? Let me tell you something about a website can't do. When I open my phone, every time I open it, I see two things. What you see?
Pictures and apps.
Apps are brands. Somebody will never forget opening that up. How many days they hit Instagram or Facebook? So the Bridges Hip Hop have this app on everybody's phone, direct to the consumer. See, I told you this internet game is real good because I got it real early. My biggest clients, and we'll fall back to Scott Technologies, and y'all go follow me, Scott Infotech, Instagram. My biggest client is the NFL, was the NBA and the NCAA, right? Built a lot of stuff during COVID. They needed some unconventional ways to communicate with folks, right? People wasn't coming to the arenas because it was what? COVID. Couldn't get them there. I said, why don't you take the game to do? You're doing it already in the arenas to the networks. The next stop is the TV. Everyone has a screen. You have a screen, I have a screen. So, long story short, created some very valuable designs, sat down with some partners, and the rest is history, my guy. And now I'm ready to turn the same knowledge over to your audience, over to what we do here. That's what I want to talk to you about. A lot of things I see you doing here as one, a content creator, right? And then working in the digital space. It's nowhere near tapped, used up, done with.
No.
We haven't even scratched.
When you say digital space, it's like space. Space is unlimited.
Unlimited.
I mean, that means it can go as far as you take it. I always tell people there is no ceiling.
Never. Especially not in this digital platform, because the reason why I started Scott Technologies over 10 years ago, because here's what happens. We walk into a technology store, no one looks like us. No one looks like me. I want the splash, I want the bling, I want the swag, I want it. But no one looks like me. They all look like Bill Gates. I always say I'm a black Bill Gates, which I know, right? Bill Gates or what's the other guy with Elon Musk. Look at the Musk, I'm gonna talk about him too. Musk tapped into technology, but he was an auto man.
Yeah.
But he needed to control the narrative.
Yeah, his narrative is next generational information, AI.
That's right. It's about controlling the next conversation.
Yeah.
That's all the reason we want to back to what we're talking about. Why should we, as entrepreneurs, black-owned individuals, as any individuals, be in that app space? That is the next evolution of business, because likes, behavior, analytics is all behind it. And guess what? Guess what I'm gonna add to it? Hip hop version. I'd like to kind of tap into the resume, because worked with some pretty big names, right? We worked with Rick Ross City, their first Slip and Slide and Def Jam footprint, man, years ago. That Ross
What did you do with them?
Man, worked with them, man. I was actually road manager and worked the management crew with City, man. Shout out to City, my boy, the Cookie Man, right here in the ATL, man, doing some big things, man. When Atlanta was Atlanta, and people say that, but I think it's a new version. It's a new version, right, of Atlanta. You know, and there's sometimes you need to upgrade. How many times you upgrade your phone? How many times you see you upgrade?
Man, probably every 90 days. I'm taking on information technology.
There's a thing called a update and an upgrade.
Well, I upgrade once a year. I update every probably. Well, when the new upgrades come out, you're gonna upgrade a lot in the first 6 months because they working out the bug fixes, and then from there it'll probably be every 90 days.
That's right. So ask yourself right now, what version are you on?
My life?
Nothing. See? See? Now I'm gonna go somewhere with you, babes. I'm gonna drop you.
Hey man,
because this is an iPhone.
I'm on the 46th chapter.
And this is an iPhone.
Still correcting versions.
And it's okay. This is an iPhone, and this is an iPhone. The problem is that we're stuck here. And guess what? They've developed the iPhone 15 already. While we sitting here talking.
Oh yeah.
16, 17, 18, that evolution is happening. But what happens is that we get stuck in that version. Let me tell your audience something. Boom, boom, boom. You don't look, you look nothing like what you're gonna be.
Absolutely. I mean, you can sit here right now and roll back the times of the artists that we once loved.
Oh man, yeah.
You know, 25, 30 years ago, and look at those same artists today.
Yeah.
They've evolutionized. Some of them, I mean, LL Cool J can still walk in the room because he's evolutionized. Dr. Dre can still stand in the studio with any other coming artist because he's evolutionized.
That's right.
You know, so revolve with the time is very, very, very important. Let me ask you something. We've seen a lot of death in hip hop. And from where hip hop came, you know, when I fell in love with it, with the Public Enemy and the guys like that were speaking to us because I grew up in, you know, in the welfare system and the projects.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Bootstrapped myself out of it. And, you know, most of the guys that I sit down and talk to that's, you know, created a better life for themselves and their family and creating this thing called generational wealth, they've, you know, fell in love with hip hop when hip hop had a meaning. So, you know, where do you see hip hop at right now with all the deaths and the fake, you know, because our thing was to get out the hood, not to be famous and still rap like I'm still in the hood. So, you know, I always like to get that CEO talk as to, you know, how they see the current state of hip hop compared to when we fell in love with it.
For something to live, something gotta die. True. Right? We've seen the evolution with Pop, Biggie, that's our era, right? But even those that were not even known in my local area, they died because of drugs, game, you know what I'm saying? They everything that they were doing was to make themselves better, but it came with a price. So I think the state of hip hop, it needs us. It needs you. It needs me. There's a lot of, you know, I still kick it with young rappers today, man. Even my nephew, man. Shout out to Moski, man. And it is drill rap, right? This is another version of gangster rap like we grew up on, right? With NWA and everything that it was and still is. It's just a newer version. So the state of hip hop, man, is in a transition point. And here's what points of life always do. Either you choose to stay the same or you evolve or die. We can't let hip hop die in its current state. Why? There's too much influence that it has. Real influence, market influence. You see what happened with Yeezy. The stock price fell. Forget all the other antics, right? Forget all the stuff people talk about. The damn stock price start to tumble. So what do we do now? We're direct to consumer. That's why I love technology. This podcast and what we're doing and what a lot of people do are direct to consumer. There's no filter I need to go through. Before, like you, congratulations on a distro deal.
Appreciate it.
Right?
Appreciate it.
Before, there were so many things you had to get distro or get artists out there, but now with digitally, man, you're evolving, brother. And what we're doing the same thing. I've got 5 bags I talk about, right? My love bag, right? My spa bag. We go down the thing. My tech bag, my reality TV. Me and my wife is on a reality series, man. So it's a lot of influence. I'm the guy. Let me tell you who I got. People say, "Who am I?" I'm the guy that learned the inside out. A lot of people learn things on the outside in. I get inside, learn it, right? Regurgitate it, redevelop it, play with it, and then learn a new way to get people in.
But that's how you become a chief executive officer.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about some failures, man. We were the breakout star on a reality TV show called The Sisterhood. We had 8 episodes. It was on TLC Network. A million viewers.
Dope network.
Real network. Real. And we were produced. Let me tell you, the production house was, again, I love watching everything from the scenes. I'm normally behind the scenes, right? Never in front of it, because I see talent, want to develop talent. That's why I did A&R. Right? I love seeing talent in its rawness and getting it to where it needs to be.
If y'all know what A&R means, it means artist representation and understanding what development phase of an artist representation is. Okay.
Appreciate it, brother. Well, anyway, and we had 1 million viewers, and we broke the internet, and 2 things happened. The same company that produced The Housewives produced our show.
Okay.
Right? Housewives been on 13, 14 seasons, and we were on 1. We got 1 season. Not mad, but understand the politics behind it, right? Because 2 things came from that. 1, that 1 million people know my story. They know my failures, from being not the best husband, not the best father, not the best entrepreneur, right? Not handling finances correctly, not handling relationships correctly. But now I can stand back and say, hey, I'm not ashamed of any of that failure. Let's talk about it. Because here's what people do with failure. They use it as an excuse.
Yeah. Excuses and blaming is a mental behavior.
And I ain't got time for excuses, because I done had them all. You can tell me,
Yeah.
no father in the house, single mother. I mean, you can go on down the thing. You can go down the thing. And when people get free with all these excuses, man, I'll be like, man,
You have to acknowledge the responsibility yourself. Blaming somebody else for your failures, that's a disease.
but it's hard. I get it. And that's the
disease.
It's a disease.
I call it a demotivational addiction. Because so many people start using the same excuse as to why they're not successful till they start believing that that's why they're not successful.
Yeah.
Because they're blaming everybody for not being successful.
Right. And that's truth behind that, because once you move the ownership outside yourself, usually it's the white man, it's the black man, it's crab.
You just start blaming everybody.
It's the crab in the bucket.
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
the weatherman because it went rain yesterday. I couldn't make no money.
Yeah, it becomes the cancer, man.
Right.
You start blaming. I woke up this morning as an entrepreneur.